Yeah, disappointing loss. Obviously, tough loss for our guys, for our players. Like I told them in the locker room, though, we got what we deserve. Okay, we came out a little bit flat, and it showed, and we've got to respond now. I told them that you can allow one moment to define you, or you can figure out a way to respond. I still believe in our football team. Still think they're extremely talented. I think this is a great, useful moment for these guys to learn about how to handle adversity and respond. But we didn't play well enough to win. And all it is they are 0-1 in the St. Francis season. That is it. They've got to move on now and respond tomorrow with how they prepare and move on by tomorrow. Move on and move on to the next game. So we got to learn from this and get better. Obviously not acceptable from coaches and players, but it is what it is. And again, we didn't play well enough to win. So got to respond now.
Let's just open up to the floor for questions.
Was there one thing you were really disappointed in, or was it
The slow start. I think that we started slow a little bit. I felt like we've been winging with our confidence a little bit after what happened last week. I think our guys expected to win last week. I do. And I thought they'd been kind of shrugged shoulders, kind of woe is me. And I think this team was ready to play, and we weren't. And we got smacked in the mouth. And I told them at halftime, you got to come out and respond now. And I thought our defense did. Then our offense just didn't execute at a high level in the second half. Things were there, and we didn't take them at quarterback. A couple times we're not running the right depth at receiver, but it was there, and we got to play better. But again, I think it started with the slow start, and we got to quit starting slow, and that's something these guys got to learn from and get better with. And they got to own it, and we've got to own it, what we just did, and move on. So again, I've been a part of this long enough. Lost games you're supposed to win. You got to respond. That's all you can do. I remember when I was at Minnesota, we lost to, I believe, Bowling Green. We were 34-point up favorites. We lost, and then we came back and won 9 games. So again, this team's got to respond and move on.
John?
Coach Luke Flory has been one of your most productive offensive players, leading a lot of categories. Can you just talk about his veteran presence in the locker room and just how he's been performing so well?
Luke's playing well right now. He's playing at a high level. He's competing at a high level. We got to find ways to keep getting him the ball. I think things are opening up because what they're doing to Krishan a little bit, but Luke's taking advantage of it, and we got to get him the ball more than what he is right now.
Could you just evaluate sort of the passing game so far this season as a whole with, Devin Gardner starting, the first couple of weeks? Just how have you seen his play go and just go?
Yeah, he's played okay. He missed a couple that I'm sure he wants back today, but I think he's playing okay. I think he's learning as he goes too. But I've not been disappointed in how he's been playing. There's a couple times I wish he'd get rid of the ball. He's hanging on a little bit too long, but I think there's signs, there's promise there for Devin for sure.
Coach, after the Pitt game last week, you said you were still confident in your defense. You guys gave up 402 yards today. Is that statement still true?
Oh yeah. I'm not going back on that. They're a talented group. We got to coach better. They got to play better. I think the second half they showed you what they are. They go 3 points in the second half and a lot of punts. So again, they've got to do that sooner, and they got to play on one accord sooner. But no, I still believe they're a talented group. In order for us to win games, they got to get stops. They got to get stops early and often. So we got to play better on defense and offense and special teams and put this thing together. But I still believe in this football team.
Coach, there in the first half, that long touchdown pass looked like the defenders kind of got crossed up a little bit. You just mentioned having faith in your defense. How great is it that they didn't slump their shoulders and they came out in the second half and performed how you expect?
Yeah, I think there's signs of growth there, for that unit. That we ran it to the official on that play and cut the guy wide open loose, which is just bad luck, But the defense has got to put it together. Coach Morgan's got to get the right 11 on the field, and I know he will. And we just got to keep playing together on defense. And I think they've got to figure out how to start faster is the big thing on defense right now. So. I still think we're extremely talented on defense, and again, they got to play up to their ability, and we've got to get them to play up to their ability. And right now, we're not as coaches. But again, this is one game. Just like last week, I told him you got to move on and respond.
And then Krishan, was it just the wind knocked out of him when he went down, or?
Yeah, he got his shoulder banged up a little bit. He's fine. He's fine. He's got to get a little bit tougher, but he's fine.
Just one last one, Coach. You mentioned how St. Francis came in kind of with that expectation to win. You go on the road to a tough environment down in Tennessee. Can you use what St. Francis did today kind of as extra motivation for your guys that, it doesn't matter who's lined up across from you or where you're playing, the score starts out 0-0 and it's up to you?
Yeah, every 60 minutes is a new 60 minutes. I'm sure he told his team that just like I told mine. I think there's two things that we talked about all week that have to happen. And again, they're learning just like everyone else. Still a young football team. But I told them, I said, you got to be confident to know you can beat anybody on any given day because you're talented enough, but also humble enough to know anybody can beat you on any given day if you do not bring it. And today we didn't bring it, and we got humbled. And that's good for this football team, to get humbled a little bit and get back to the basics of what we need to do to move this program in the right direction. I think our football team, again, is figuring out its identity as we go here. And I hate to say that, but that's just how we are. That's where we're at this year. I still think they know they're talented. I think it's about putting it all together and making sure we're all playing as one unit on offense, defense, and special teams. And our job as coaches is to figure out how to get them there for sure.
Coach, you talked about trying to get your guys to get off to a faster start.
Yeah.
What, as a coaching staff, are you guys doing to try to do this week to make sure that happens in the weeks?
You know what? You can say I've been doing this again long enough where you can say all this stuff and you can try to do trick things to get them to play faster and this and that. You got to make a choice to come out here and be ready to roll when they play. And again, I thought in pregame they were ready to go. I thought with the opening kickoff we were ready to go. But when things don't go your way, you got to still respond. Like we didn't. Okay, yeah, I said we're taking the ball. We're going to set the tone, guys. Okay, we go 3 and out. Well, okay, we went 3 and out. Defense, do your job now. Don't sit there and be like, oh, what was me? You got to go play now. Just because it didn't go the way you thought it was going to go, how are you going to respond to it? I mean, that's the R and grit. So, again, they're learning that every single day with every single play. But, again, I still think this is a very talented football team, and we've got to put it together. And we will. We will.
John?
What are you looking to improve on the most offensively to put a few more points on the board?
Yeah, we gotta run the ball. We got to figure out how to run the ball better up front and with our running backs. There was glimpses today of hope, but still not what I expected to be. I don't want to be a team that throws it 50 times a game. It's not, to me, that's not championship football. So we got to get the line of scrimmage figured out. We got to run the ball better on offense, and then defensively we got to get off the field on 3rd down. I think that's the biggest thing. We get to 3rd down and then we don't get off the field. And it's stuff here. I get it. Guy runs it to an official. A guy tripped in coverage today, give up a big 3rd down. It's little things, but we've got to be able to figure it out.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, guys, thank you much. We'll see you again here on Monday as we prepare for Tennessee. Thank you.
Thanks. Go Flashes, King Grip.